Okay, so this is PCR 9, and we're going to talk about why did we learn these two things together. I'm hoping that you can kind of answer those questions after watching all these videos and getting all of these notes. But why talk about these at the same time? So it's the circle of life. I will sing to you if you want me to, but I don't think that's something you really super want. So just remember, it's the circle of life, and I've got you a picture of the circle of life. I need you to get it. Okay, it's what one needs. The other one makes. Okay. So what one of them needs, the other one makes it for them, okay? And then that one takes what it needs. So I want y'all to draw out this little kind of diagram. I know you can see my mitochondria through there. Sorry about that. We're going to take up a good chunk of the page with this. So I'm just going to draw an arrow, and you can wait until I'm finished so you kind of know where you're going with this. And I'm going to have a line here and a line there. And then I'm going to skip some space and do the same thing going that way with a line here and a line there. And then I'm going to draw a little, oh, I did that a little bit close, a little energy arrow coming out right there, and a little energy arrow going in like that. Okay, so I'm going to write a couple of things, and I want you to think about it and see if you can figure out before I get there what I'm going to put where. So if I have that glucose, okay, and oxygen are here, and then down here I have water and carbon dioxide. I'm almost sticking myself in the fruit. Okay, if glucose and oxygen are coming out of something and going into something else, and then whatever this is, water and carbon dioxide are coming out of that and going into something, then I hope that if we take these last two pictures that you should have of all the stuff that we've cut out and trim those out real quick. I'm going to pause for just a second. Don't need any of the words. So we have these two different organelles here. So which organelle creates, so coming out of it would be creating it, glucose and oxygen? Well, hopefully that you can remember that oxygen is created by autotrophs as a waste product because they go through a process called photosynthesis. That's reason for going through photosynthesis is to create cellular food, which is called glucose. And you're looking for the organelle that has the stacks of thylakoids. So that is your chloroplast, and it goes right there, okay? So this energy coming in here is sun. I'm just going to, you can't really see when I write in yellow, so I'm going to write it in orange. But this is sunlight, okay? So that's the energy that drives at least the beginning processes. We did learn that there are light-dependent and light-independent reactions. But the chloroplast takes in some stuff. We haven't gotten there yet, so pretend you can't see that. Takes in something and creates glucose and oxygen. Now, the mitochondria, so glue that in the other spot. The mitochondria takes in glucose and oxygen. We know that the mitochondria actually can't take in glucose. It has to go through glycolysis first, but, just to make things a little more simple, takes in glucose and oxygen to create the point of cellular respiration, oh, I moved my mitochondria, is ATP, which is energy. Okay, so let me fix my little energy thing coming out of there. But as waste, it creates water and carbon dioxide. Well, water and carbon dioxide have to go into the chloroplast, use sunlight energy to create these two things. These things go into the mitochondria to create that energy, and these as waste. These go in here. So you can see why I call this the circle of life. Because that's what it is. Because without this, this does not happen. Okay? Without this, that does not happen. So, what came first? The autotroph or the heterotroph? Well, it's obvious. These were here first to create an atmosphere that was rich in oxygen so that we could take oxygen in to create our energy, and had plenty of food already here so that when all of these different, not just us, but all these different heterotrophs came here to take in those plants and algae and other things, there would be plenty for us to sustain life and for them to regrow. Okay? So down here at the bottom, we're going to kind of do a little photosynthesis versus cellular respiration thing. Okay? So I'm just going to make a little dividing line. And of course I'm going to use green for photosynthesis. There's the longest word. Photosynthesis versus and I'll use purple, cellular respiration. Okay, so what we're going to look at here is, where does it happen? Who does it? What is the purpose? Skip a line here. What does it need? Skip a line. And what does it make? Okay? So, photosynthesis happens in, I don't think I'm going to do those on that. Photosynthesis happens in chloroplasts. Okay? Happens in the chloroplast. Cellular respiration happens in the mitochondria. All right? So that's the two cellular organelles that we're talking about here. Who does this stuff? Well, I have purple in my hand, so I'm going to start with cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is making energy for cells. Well, we know that heterotrophs do this because we have to have ATP and we have to eat plants and stuff. Well, guess what? Plants and other autotrophs are living. They are made of cells just like you are, and they have to have energy to do cellular work. So this is autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay? Now, photosynthesis is only autotrophs. And remember, we don't say plants because that includes, algae as well, which is a protist. Okay, so the purpose, what is the point of photosynthesis? To make cellular food, which is called glucose. Okay, that's the point, is to make the food. And the point of cellular respiration is to take that food and do what? To make energy. Let's say cellular energy. Okay, so the point is to make cellular energy. So what does cellular respiration need to do this? Well, like I said a second ago, it needs glucose, which is C6H12O6, and it needs oxygen. Needs oxygen gas, okay? Now, photosynthesis needs carbon dioxide and water. All right? Now, what does photosynthesis make? Well, we said that the purpose is to make glucose, which is cell food. So photosynthesis makes glucose, which is C6H12O6, and it gives off oxygen gas as a waste product. Well, I hope that you can see those two things together right here. So cellular respiration needed exactly what photosynthesis made. And then, what does cellular respiration make? Well, it makes ATP, but it gives off carbon dioxide and water, and we'll put and 36 ATP because that's the point, but it's not one of those elemental products. And carbon dioxide and water are together right here. Cellular respiration makes what photosynthesis needs. So I hope that this page helps you see that it's all a cycle. I'm trying to zoom out. Look at my mess. It's all a cycle. It's the circle of life. Without one, you don't get the other. But especially without the chloroplast doing its job in autotrophs, you do not get what you need to create energy for life.